What's up, guys? I'm around here for thelines.com, playpicks.com. I'm going to talk to you about Monday Night Football between the Bucs and the Giants. Before we get going, as always, my kind request, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Really want to get this channel up to a bunch of followers. Everything we do is free at the line, so really do appreciate that. Also, give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comments section how you're going to bet this game. Bucs and the Giants. Right off the bat, this thing opened at Bucs minus 10.5. And where we sit right now is a big move. 12.5 right now. Bucs 45.5 on the total. Total opened at 48 in this one, actually. If we head up here to FanDuel, 12.5, 45.5, just like we saw over here at DraftKings. And then over here at MGM, 12.5, 45.5. So this has touched 13 and it has touched 12 in the last half hour. So this thing has been moving just a little bit. So the bets are starting to come in a little bit of both sides right now. And we'll see how this thing moves as we get closer to kickoff. So Bucs 5-2 overall, 4-3 against the spread. Giants 1-6 overall, 4-3 against the spread. The big injury news here. This is the written breakdown over at the lines if you want to read along. Chris Godwin, broken finger, out for the Bucs. On the Giants side, starting left guard Will Hernandez on the COVID list. They are going to be starting a 5th-round rookie at left guard. If you know, Daniel Jones has already been having a tough time finding any time to throw the football. Now a 5th-round rookie getting the start there. Devonta Freeman is out. Safety Adrian Colbert is out. And the corner opposite of James Bradbury, Ryan Lewis, who has started the last couple of games for them, is doubtful. So it looks like there'll be a new corner over there as well. So let's talk about the offense here. And on the Bucs side of things, they have been spectacular. They have the 6th overall rated offense by DVOA, 8th in passing, 12th in rushing. Their blocking has been good. They're in the top 10 according to Pro Football Focus in both pass blocking and in run blocking. 5.7 yards per play. Just been really, really good, despite the fact that really Tom Brady hasn't had his full complement of weapons in the offense at one time for really the majority of the season. Godwin had the concussions. Now he's going to be out with the finger thing. Then we're also talking about the fact that Mike Evans has been kind of dealing with some injuries as well. So hasn't really had a full complement of weapons out there. Of course, next week he gets Antonio Brown back. I'll scroll a little bit more for you here to read along. Giants offense has been bad. I mean, look, 30th overall DVOA, 28th when it comes to the pass, 25th when it comes to the run. If you look over at the blocking ranks, not any better. Pro Football Focus, their pass blocking, 32nd. That's dead last in the league. So Daniel Jones been running for his life, has no time to throw the ball. Run blocking, not much better at 27th in the league. So this is kind of a bad mix when you look at this Bucs defense that I'm about to talk to you about. Scroll a little bit more for you. Number 1 overall defense are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by DVOA. They are the number 1 pass defense, the number 2 run defense. They are only allowing 3 yards per carry. That is 1st overall in the NFL. Pass rush, 6th overall. 4th overall on their pass rush, actually. Even better. 4th highest pass rush pressure rate in the league. 27% of the time they are getting pressure on the quarterback. Daniel Jones, on the other hand, we talked about how bad that line has been for him and how bad that pass blocking has been for him. He has actually been pressured on 47% of his dropbacks. That is the 3rd highest rate of any quarterback in the league. If you look at the coverage grade, according to Pro Football Focus for this Bucs defense, they are number 1 overall. Now, the Giants defense is a bit of a mixed bag, and I'll scroll a little bit further here. So they're 19th overall by DVOA. They're really bad against the pass, 27th against the pass, but only 11th against the run. So they've actually been fairly good against the run, this Giants team. So it's a pass funnel defense. You throw the ball against the Giants. Their rush defense, according to Pro Football Focus, adds up to what they are getting in DVOA. They're the 5th best, according to Pro Football Focus, against the run. But again, against the pass, coverage grade, 29th. Now, number 1 corner James Bradberry is actually the number 5 overall rated corner in all of the NFL. They're liable to lock him up on Mike Evans because, again, Chris Godwin is out. Evans will be out there. So it's going to be a bunch of secondary receivers for Tom Brady in this game. That said, James Bradberry is not like you can't move the ball on him. It's not like he can't be passed on, but it's just a scenario where it's going to be tougher sledding for Mike Evans than usual. Only 58% of passes thrown at Bradberry are being completed so far this year. So he's been really, really good. He just has no help in the secondary. All the other ancillary corners are all absolutely atrocious. So a lot of the secondary receivers, maybe the backs, Gronk, et cetera, moving the ball for the Bucs. So let's go over here and take a look at this total again. 45.5 at all 3 books that we're looking at. So it doesn't really matter where we go. Let's make a case for the under. Case for the under is basically this Bucs defense versus this Giants offense. Okay. The Giants implied team total in this game is 16 points, right? So that is what the spread and the total are telling us, is that the Giants implied team total is about 16 points. Just over it. Just a smidge over 16 points. They are only averaging 282 yards per game. The Bucs only give up 291 yards per game, number 1 overall in the league. And if you look at this Bucs offense and what they do against good defenses, point totals this year of defenses that rank in the top third of the league is 16, 13, 9, 9, and 20. So this Giants offense has not been able to have any sort of success whatsoever against good defenses. And this Bucs defense is probably right up there with the Steelers as the very best in the league. And in my opinion, the best defense in the league. Daniel Jones is going to get constant pressure. And if he's not able to handle it, how do the Giants put up points? So that could be a one way towards the under of 45.5 here. Now, say you want to bet the over in this thing, over 45.5. What's a path to the over? Well, the Bucs are averaging over 31 points per game on the season as it is. So they get you really close to there on their own, right? And that's against teams with better defenses and certainly better pass defenses than the Giants bring to the table. So the Bucs are averaging 31 points as it is per game. Do they get some extra points in that because they're able to just pass the ball up and down the field on this Giants team? The Giants coverage grade, as we mentioned, 28th overall in the league, and the Bucs pass offense is the 3rd best in all of the NFL. Now, Godwin is out, so that is certainly something that could affect this team, but there are other weapons, and it's Tom Brady. He's used to distributing the ball. He's used to being able to find ways to beat you without having just incredible superstars out there on the field with him. Remember all those days with the Patriots. So how many points do the Bucs score? Can they get 35? Can they get 38 in this? If that's the case, then you don't really have to have very much at all from the Giants to get to the over here. Now, the other thing that could happen is that the Bucs get out to a big lead in this game, say they get up 24-0, and then they just go into coast mode, and then that would be bad. That would be bad news for the over, because they're just going to run out the clock. That's not going to help you. You're really going to need a lot of help from the Bucs and a little bit of help from the Giants to get to the over here in this game. Let's look at some of these player props. Now, one of the props that is in my account already, we are sitting here at the over on receiving yards for Ronald Jones at 9.5. So look, as I mentioned, Bradberry likely to have make Mike Evans' day a little rough, make it a little frustrating. Brady is fine with distributing the ball wherever the open receiver is. I mean, that's just one of the great characteristics of Tom Brady and what he does. And so Ronald Jones out of the backfield, I mean, look, you can get this on one catch. If we get 2 receptions, we're definitely getting there with Ronald Jones with the 10 yards. So I have the over on 9.5 Ronald Jones. As bad as this matchup is for Mike Evans, this total of 48.5 receiving yards is a full 12 yards under where I have him. I have him at 60. So on principle, just based off my numbers, I have to play the over. Now, I'm not saying that you definitely should, because again, Brady could just be like, okay, fine, Mike, go run around out there, let Bradbury chase you all over the field, and then I'll just hit Gronk and Scotty Miller and everybody else, right? The backs out of the backfield, whoever, Justin Watson, all these other guys. But again, my numbers are just so off from this total that I'm going to be playing the over on Mike Evans of 48.5 right here. The other interesting one here is Ronald Jones. The combined here, not in my account quite yet. I do lean towards the over because really I think that he could honestly end up getting us about 20-ish receiving yards. And if that's the case, then he doesn't have to get very much on the ground at all. But really, I'm hesitant here, and I think you should be too, because I just don't know what the running back split is going to be between him and Leonard Fournette. Leonard Fournette getting back healthy could put a real dent in what Jones does on the ground game, right? So not in my account just yet. Anyway, a slight lean on that. Let's talk about the passing yards up here, guys. Look, I have Brady at 273. So there is a little bit of a lean towards the over. Again, this is a pass funnel whenever we're talking about this Giants team. So defend the run really well, but not the pass. So no real reason to run against them if you don't have to, if you're not just trying to run out the clock like we're talking about if they get to a big lead. So the path to that big lead might be through the air. Again, I have them at 273, so a slight lean to the over there as well on Brady. And then as far as the side and the total, guys, listen, I'll just go ahead and let you know I have massive liability on the Bucs going into this game in two really big teaser legs. Took 10.5 down to 4.5, and so it is rolling in from the Steelers game. So I have Steelers Bucs on two different occasions here, two big teaser legs. So I'm on Bucs minus 4.5. Now let's just talk about the spread that you can actually get right now, which is 12.5. It's a lot of points in the NFL. And the other problem that we end up with here is the fact that how bad can this game get and how much time is garbage time going to be for the Giants, which is why this really bothers me with it moving up to where it is right now. And it's really kind of just a pass for me. If it got up to, by the time this thing kicks off, right? If this thing got up to, let's just say Bucs money came pouring in, it got up to a full touchdown. I think on principle, you'd have to end up taking the Giants with the 2 touchdowns because I think the back door is really and truly going to be open here. The Bucs get up big, Giants, tons of time to come back from, tons of time to come from behind and try to get this thing done. It's not going to be pretty. You're going to hate having that ticket. But again, if this thing gets up to 14, I would certainly go that route. If I was playing this as a same game teaser type situation, look, same deal. Bucs down to 6.5, even at that, under a touchdown. Bucs down to 6.5, and then the over 39. If the Bucs can get us 31, which is their season average in points, then the Giants should be able to get us. The Bucs should be able to get us 1 touchdown, which would get us to the over, right at the over here. So that's the way I would go about this thing, playing the same game. Actually, honestly, I think the total might actually be a 2-way winner. So if you wanted to go the under and get up to 51.5, I think it probably ends up falling somewhere between that 39 and 51 as it is anyway. So whichever way just makes you feel more comfortable, however you want to go about it. But I would definitely side with the Bucs if you're doing the same game teaser thing at under a touchdown. They're just superior to this Giants team in every single facet, every single asset, every single layer of the game, offensively, defensively, at all this, everywhere else like that. The only other thing that I may end up in my account, and I'm just going to point it out because that's what I do. I do think if there's going to be catch-up mode, that there's a decent chance that Sterling Shepard goes over 44.5. And I'm pretty sure the best number is here at DraftKings. I want to make sure that I'm not giving you, we can look real quick over here on MGM. Shepard is actually sitting here at 43.5, which is a whole yard better. So 43.5 over here on BetMGM. if they do get down a lot and there is just dinks and dunks and moving the ball down the field, in these garbage time, that's just kind of perfect for Sterling Shepard. He runs those type of routes. So, I mean, even if he's sitting at 20-something yards heading into the fourth quarter, I would still feel pretty comfortable so long as there's going to be garbage time, right? So Sterling Shepard kind of fits that garbage time void. He just kind of fits that guy that's going to get you garbage time yards. So do have a pretty heavy lean to the over 43.5, and I think probably will end up making my account before it's all said and done. If we take a look at the receiving yards over here on FanDuel, they actually don't even have him listed. So they don't want us to win that bet. So they don't even have it on the deal over there. So anyway, slight lean towards the over as well on Sterling Shepard, strictly based on garbage time stuff. And I think that you could probably get that done on the last couple of drives here in the game. Guys, full written breakdown over here on the lines as always. So be sure and go over there and, take a look at what everyone else has to say. My opinion is certainly not, my opinion certainly can be challenged. So let me know in the comment section below how you're going to play this game. See if there's anything that I missed. Certainly let me know as well. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button. Also give us a thumbs up on this video as well. Helps more people find the video too. Hopefully some information that you can use to make your bets along the way here, guys. Again, think this is a pretty big Bucs win. How convincing is really going to be the question that you got to ask yourself. But I do think that this is set up really, really nicely for them to have a lot of success through the air. Good luck on all your bets tonight on Monday Night Football.